Here, but we all know that studies show that children in early childhood programs are more likely to score higher in reading and math, more likely to graduate from high school and attend college, and are more likely to hold a job and earn more while doing it. As the President has said repeatedly, for every dollar we spend on these programs, we get back nearly $10 in reduced welfare costs, fewer health care costs, and less crime. Ensuring more continuity between early learning programs and early elementary school is absolutely critical. Too many of our children show up for kindergarten already behind, and we know when that happens, far too many never catch up. We must work with preschool programs like Head Start to ensure that the curriculum includes the kinds of things children need to know to succeed in school, such as interesting lessons that will ensure our students are engaged, lessons on numbers and letters, and exposures to lots of different vocabulary, and interestingly complex stories that reinforce good listening and early reading skills. Preschool is effective only when followed by high-quality kindergarten and primary grades, and we must help states and districts align standards and curriculum. I think more and more we have to think about this pre-K to 12 continuum, or 0 to 20 curriculum if you're talking about ages, and not just think about this isolated slice. That's why the stimulus package invests in programs that work from cradle to the career. As you know, there's an unprecedented amount of resources coming in, $5 billion for growing early Head Start and Head Start, expanding access to high-quality early learning opportunities for 150,000 more children and families, and keeping 200,000 children from being dropped from these programs. We have to do more for children with special needs. And we're going to offer 55,000 first-time parents regular visits from trained nurses to make sure children are healthy and well prepared when they enter school. The President has charged all of us with investing in our children and, most importantly, closing that achievement gap. That's why we must ensure that from birth, at-risk children have developmental support through collaborative programs from health, nutrition, and social service groups. One example back home in Chicago that translated research into an initiative that works were the child parent centers that engage parents of infants and toddlers and provided preschool for 3- and 4-year-olds. These types of programs we have demonstrated have a life-changing impact on our babies. We need more models of how ordinary schools can make a difference, and the Kellogg Foundation, as you know, is leading the way, helping to determine which components of the child parent center model are the most important and confer the greatest benefits to our children. The President's 0 to 5 initiative, supported by the FY 2010 budget, will leverage investments in early childhood education across the country. It will increase the quality of early education, support coordination at all levels of government to ensure the seamless delivery of services and stop the duplication and replication that doesn't make sense, and help give parents information to choose the best programs to meet their children's needs. The President also plans to establish the Presidential Early Learning Council to examine better ways to integrate preschool programs and resources. Both he and I are eager to listen to educators and experts, but we also want to issue all of us collectively a challenge. During their formative years, too many of our low-income and minority children are enrolled in poor early learning opportunities. We must challenge states to develop truly cutting-edge plans to raise program quality, and we want to support these efforts with the significant Early Learning Challenge grants. We must reward quality and incent innovation and assure the success of our future generations of children. We needed more money. Everyone here knows we needed more money, and thanks to the President and Congress's tremendous support, we've got it. But in exchange for that money, we need more reform, and we expect that. We need more accountability, and we must promote that, and that obviously begins not just in our schools and our child care centers, but in our children's homes. And let me be clear, no innovation program can turn off the TV at home, open a book, and read that to our children. No government policy can ensure that our children get to school on time. These are things that only a parent can and must do. We must support our parents, we must work with them, we must educate them, and we must make sure that our agencies are coordinated to make sure that they aren't falling through the cracks. Teachers are obviously vitally important as well. We must work with schools of education and teacher preparation programs to ensure that our teaching force is diverse, highly skilled, and able to teach all of our children. We must extend the reach and enhance the reach of higher education into the early learning sector and stimulate the kind of professional development that leads to better programs. We can only do all of these things if we have active partners. That's you, the advocates, the politicians, the philanthropists, and people who understand the real challenges and who are willing to roll up their sleeves and help. This is an extraordinary moment in our country's history. This is a time of economic crisis. I would argue it's a time of education crisis, but it's a time of historic opportunity. It's incumbent upon all of us to take this moment, to seize it, and to do something dramatically better for our children.